Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today in this session I'm going to explain one interview question that is in Java, that is public versus private, protected and package private access modifiers. What is the difference? So let's jump in. Okay, you just have to remember this table. Okay, here it represents access modifiers: public, protected, no modifier and private. Here it reference from where these can be accessible and then non-accessible. A plus specifies accessible, blank specifies non-accessible. Now let's come to public. So if you define a public variable or public member that can be accessible from everywhere, it can be accessible from the same class, from the package, same package, and then subclass in the same package, subclass in the different package, and a class from the outside of the package. It can be accessible from everywhere. And if you have a private if you have a private variable or private member, so it can only be accessible within the same class. You cannot access it from outside of the class. Even if you even the class which is accessing is subclass, then also you cannot access. Even it is present in the same package, also you cannot access. Now let's come to protected and no modifier. So there is only slightly difference between protected and no modifier. Protected can be accessible from the child class which is in different package, but no modifier, it cannot be accessible even if it is a child class but in the different package. So that is the only difference between protected and no modifier. They can be accessible within the same class, within the same package, and within the subclass in the same package. So this is the only difference. Now let's see with a practical example. So I have created a class A which has four member variables. Each have different access modifier. One has public, one has private, one has protected, and then one has no access modifier. Now let's come to class D. So this class is outside of the package. So class A is in the access package, but D is in the source folder. It's not inside the access package. Now if we see, so these are the compilation errors. There are three compilation errors. So line number 7, there is no compilation error. So we are trying to access public variable of class A. So we create an object A and then we are trying to access. So there is no error. But when we try to access all the remaining members, private, protected, and no modifier, here you can clearly see the compilation errors. So it says private B has private access, so you cannot access. So it has protected access, you cannot access. And then no modifier, the same way. So it's not a public, then you cannot access from outside of the class in the different, in the different package. Now let's go to one more package, child. So it has class C, which is extending class A, means class C is child class of class A. Now see, in this method, I'm creating an object for class A, and then I'm trying to access private variable, and it is throwing the compilation errors. And then I'm also trying to access variable which has no access modifier, that is no modifier underscore D. In this case also I'm getting the error, compilation error. But you can access public, and then you can also access protected. You can access protected because it is the child class of A and then it is in the different package. Now let's go to B. So here B, you can see I'm creating a I'm creating an object of A, and then here you can see you can access everything, but you cannot access the private variable. So B is actually in the same package. That's the reason if you are able to access public, protect, and no modifier, but private variable you cannot access. Now let's go to A. Now I will write a method called public void test s out. See, you can only access private variable. Will take private. You can only access private variables within the same class. You cannot access outside of the class. You can also use this. Say this, it shows all the variables that can be accessible within the same class. So private underscore b also you can access. Okay, that is for this tutorial. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.